Nice light Pilsner to get the day started.
I feel super bad about, for him because of what happened in his personal life while he was on tour. That's just crazy.
Well, I don't even know about this.
Look it up. I don't want to say, again, I want to keep it respectful.
Oh my God.
You're finding
my God.
Yeah.
I just found out. No way.
Yeah.
I'm
You can
sorry.
do this later.
That is so shocking to me. I
You
can't
can do this
believe it.
later.
What
Yeah, you
a
can do this later.
scumbag. Not
Yeah.
Jason Duffner. Not Jason Duffner. Let me be
No.
very clear. Jason Duffner is not a scumbag.
Jason Duffner.
There's another individual who is.
Yeah.
And he may have come out with a really shitty line of golf apparel recently. Number one, I don't think Pine Tree is an insanely difficult course, but given that it makes up a lot of its distance on par 3s and par 5s, there was a lot of holes where I didn't need to hit driver, and in fact, a lot of them I didn't even need to hit 5 or 3 wood. I hit 4 iron on a few.
And again, I don't mean this in a bad way. This is a lot of people struggle with this. I struggle with it. You know that I struggle with this. You are very bad at being the best caddy for yourself. Once you fail at executing the shot the way you did, the way you wanted to, then it's like hate on Zach, hate on Zach, hate on Zach. The exercise that you should do with your players, your juniors, college students, whatever, is you should just go on their playing lesson. If you're doing a playing lesson with them, you should go take a ball, take some balls of theirs. They hit a great shot. And then they hit their neck. They're going to hit their next shot. They hit a great second shot. Take a ball and chuck it into the woods or chuck it into the high rough and say, all right, that shot doesn't count anymore. I need you to play from here. Mindset's definitely not I suck, because they just hit 2 great shots. They're much more likely to hit that shot well than if, and again, statistics will prove me out on this. They're much more likely to hit that shot well if you did it over a large sample size than if they themselves hit the shot there. If you just took all their bad tee shots and you just looked at where their dispersion rate was, they'd be a lot closer to their target if you just threw them in the spot than if they themselves hit it to that spot.
Gotcha. I think my issue is proximity to hole ball striking. And we're back with another episode.
That was horrible. Stop it.
Barely out of bounds.
Dude, everyone saw that.
What's going on, Zane? How are we doing?
Everyone saw that. You filthy
Listen,
casual.
I used to be able to do stuff like that because it would automatically switch, but I'm having issues with the video wants to have our cameras up in it, and I can't figure out how to turn that off. So I'm gonna work on that next week so I can do these intros a little bit better. But we are back.
Get it right, man. Get it right. You got one shot. One opportunity.
All right, that really hurt my feelings.
To seize what you have, the moment, you own it. Like Eminem always said, Marshall Mathers. R.I.P. He's not dead. But what are you doing, dude?
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Beerly Out of Bounds, Beerly OB. It's about golf, but Beerly. I am your host, Zachary Smith, a.k.a. the Filthy Casual. And I'm joined, as always, by my wonderful co-host, Zane Smith, swing or golf coach at One Golf Club of Georgia. He's here to bring us all the good news, all the good facts, all the good tweaks to your swing to make you a better golfer. How are we doing tonight, Zane?
Who is this character? Did you
It's-
bring Beerly Boss to the podcast
Hey,
tonight?
listen, Beerly Boss is always on the
Beerly
pod.
Boss is not what
Beerly
people
Boss
want.
is always on the pod, baby.
It's
Let's
not
go.
what people want, dude. Not what
Beerly
people want.
Boss is what the people need, baby.
No, it's not at all. Anyway, I'm doing all right. It's been obviously that we've had some bad weather up here in Georgia. So unlike you being an assistant pro, like I don't have a lot of stuff to do as far as like work going. So but tonight I decided to try something new, Zach. But first, before I test it out, because I haven't actually tried it yet. Why don't you tell everybody what you're drinking tonight?
Well, Zane, tonight. What was that?
I don't know. Is there a ghost?
Maybe. Hold on. Okay.
What are you doing, dog?
There was a dragon in the corner I had to chase off. But we're okay. We're fine. We're drinking a Stella Artois tonight. Still finishing off the wedding beer. It's been a profound failure thus far. I haven't been able to drink enough of it, so we're still trying to finish that off. I think I told because I was on Beerly football last night. I think I told the guys there that I'm probably about a week and a half from finishing.
Really, a week and a half, huh?
Yeah, I might be able to get it done sooner, but that's my best guess.
You just have a night where you're just chugging. You're just sitting in the corner going,
So
you're
here's
just
the
sitting in the
problem.
corner going, Louisa, give me another one.
Here's the
Give me
problem.
another one.
Here's the problem is, I'm not exactly sure how much we have left because I think some of it's in the basement and I haven't gone down there to see. This is
as long as the dragon doesn't go in the basement, I think you're doing all right.
Damn it! I think that might be where he was headed.
I'll
have to chase him down in a second, but
shoot.
For the time being, we're okay.
That's good. So
Zane? I know what you're drinking tonight because I sent this drink to you today. I wanted to do it, but I know I have a lot of beer left to finish. So I'm gonna try and finish that so I can do it on next week's pod. It's something I saw on Instagram Reels.
Yes.
Okay. Zane, why don't you explain what you're drinking tonight?
So what I'm drinking tonight is some new concoctions. So we're trying new things here on Beerly, and that's a new. By the way, guys, you guys don't understand how big of a step this is for Zane. Zane does not leave his comfort zone very often. No, I'm Miller Lite, and then
he's
whatever.
Chicken tenders with ketchup, baby.
That's I am, baby. I'm vanilla as the ice cream comes. You know what I'm saying? So what I have tonight is I have PBR. There we are, PBR, Pabst Blue Ribbon beer. It's kind of like Miller Lite. I mean, for those that have drank PBR,
like Miller Lite.
It's a little. It's got a different aftertaste than Miller Lite, but it goes down the same.
I actually like PBR.
I know you do. So what I'm gonna do is I got a 24 ounce.
Mm-hmm.
I already put some before I left for the liquor store. I already put some Fireball in some Miller Lite, so I'm going to try both. But the idea is it's supposed to taste like a cinnamon roll. No,
I think it's going to taste. I think the PBR is going to do a better job because it's super weedy.
Yeah. So somebody could have just punked me. Like I have no idea.
This would be the most elaborate punk of all time because I actually believe in this with a PBR. Yeah. I don't believe in it with a Miller Lite.
We're about to find out. So let's go ahead and pop the top. Here we go. I don't have fingernails, so I got to use something else. All right.
Zane, you got to drink some of the PBR first.
Yep, that's what I'm going to do. So in the reels that you sent me.
And you have to drink more of it, too, because it's a 24 ounce.
Yeah, I do have to drink it. But I'm going to do equal parts. Hold on.
It's not equal parts. It's like... Because he had a bottle.
I'm going to be honest with you. It tastes a lot like a Miller Lite. It does taste different at the aftertaste. So I was looking this up. I was actually looking this up because I've never had PBR. I was looking up, like, what does it taste like? And it said Miller Lite, but different aftertaste, which is pretty accurate. I drank a pretty big swig. I drank a pretty big swig, probably drank about 4 ounces out of there. We're going to fill that up with 4 ounces of Fireball.
I am so interested to see the results here, guys. Zane's a big cinnamon roll guy.
I love cinnamon rolls. I don't eat them very often because, for obvious reasons, big boy don't need more big.
Yeah, that's true, man. I can relate.
Okay, a little bit more, a little bit more. I'm trying to fill it up. Oh man, dude, I'm gonna get so.
Oh, he's gone. He died. Just by doing that, he died. Hello? I lost him. I lost him. I lost him. I don't know what happened. Texting him. Sad day when we lose a brother, you know. Sad day when we lose a brother. I'm gonna see. Yeah, no, I'm fine on the stream. Zane's gone. He died. I don't know what happened. Damn shame though. Damn shame. He was a good guy. Better than you would think, actually. I know he kind of gives off the vibe like, you know, I don't know about this Zane character, but actually not a bad guy. It has a tendency to make pretty, you know, one of my least favorite things about Zane. Okay, we're going to talk about, you know, I think he's a great guy. One of my least favorite things about Zane, he calls when it could be a text. That's like the tip of the spear. Zane just lost internet, so guess I'm gonna stall for a little bit here. If he doesn't get it back, we'll have to reload for another night. But so I am working currently on a big project. Some would call it massive, some would call it huge. Our first FBI investigation. And what that means is featured Beerly investigation. Okay. And it is going to be on Jay Monahan. We're going to break down the entire saga of PGA and LIV. And then we're also going to break down Jay Monahan's direct involvement in all of these instances, because it's pretty interesting. You know, we've gone into a little bit on this episode, on this show, on Beerly Out of Bounds. We've gone into it a little bit, but we intend. I want to put out a full video just so we kind of get the idea of what Jay Monahan's. We want to talk about motives, means, opportunity. Who's killing golf? I think it all comes down to one Jay Monahan, the commissioner of the PGA Tour and the CEO of the new PGA Tour Incorporated. They're not their 501c3, but they're a private company. So that'll be interesting. Some of the things that we're going to talk about, I want to just name some names that some people might not know in this whole saga. Number one, we're going to talk about when Andy Gardner. So, Zane's back. I'm going to continue talking about this while I bring him back on. Hey, buddy, how's it going?
It's good. You're not getting a lot of reverb, are you? Because you're on my phone right now because I lost internet.
That's hilarious. So I was basically telling him, Zane, I don't know if I've told you about this. We're doing an FBI investigation. And it's going to be a full video. And I'm nearly done with the research on it.
Well, hold on. I got to drink it. I got to try it. I didn't try it yet.
I know, but I was in the middle of saying stuff. Go ahead and try it. Tell me what it tastes like.
No, go ahead. Show what you were doing. What were you doing?
Featured Beerly investigations. That's going to be a new video series on the Beerly Sports Network. The first one is going to be on Jay Monahan, and the whole saga of PGA Tour versus LIV. We're going to talk about, motive means opportunity of Jay Monahan. One of the people that I'm going to talk a lot about that a lot of people don't know or don't remember his name, but he's a very, very important figure in all of this. And that is one Mr. Andy Gardner, a kind of a forgotten player in this game that we call life. But very research. I'm probably, I'd like to say 40% of the way done with the research.
Keep talking.
And we're doing the research I'm doing the research and the video, like actually writing at the same time. So it's gonna be a good one when it comes out. I'm expecting it to probably be 20-minute long video. So that'll be fun.
Nice. That will be fun. That'll
be my first, obviously podcasts and stuff, but like my first long form video that I've made since college.
Quite a while.
Like long form, video essay type thing.
Sure.
Like I've done golf, 9 holes and stuff like that, or I made a couple disc golf videos as well. But yeah, there you go.
I like it. Cool. Sorry, we ready?
Yeah.
So this is first try. I haven't tasted it. I even offline, I didn't taste it. I promise I was a good boy. Mainly because I was so frustrated that I was losing internet connection. Here we go. So this is PBR. It's called the cinnamon roll. It's got Fireball in it. Oh my God.
No, you're lying, dude. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I still don't believe you.
Dude, that tastes so different.
What do you mean?
Like,
walk me through what's going on in your brain and your taste buds right now.
It does kind of taste like a gooey cinnamon roll. Like, you know what I mean? Like that gooiness. Like it's so the pour is so smooth that it almost tastes like that gooiness going down the back of your throat, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Pause.
Good night, everybody.
I'm gonna tweet that.
No, seriously though, it I'm not gonna lie, it's not exactly a cinnamon roll, but gosh darn if it ain't close. See, and I tried that with the Miller Lite, so I'll try the Miller Lite right now. That's close, but it ain't the same. That's close, but it ain't the same. What? What?
That's crazy, dude.
You okay?
You guys know what it's like when that gooiness goes down the back of your throat?
Hey, man. I don't know what you want from me. Are we back in here? Okay.
Oh, I can't add both of you at the same time. You have to leave.
That's okay. Here, I'll leave on my phone.
Zane, you got to leave on your phone.
Oh.
Or I could just do this, I guess. There you go. Oh, he lost internet again. Hey, you guys know what I'm talking about when the gooiness goes down the back of your throat? Oh, I thought I lost you again. Hello? Hello. How we doing?
Hey, what's up? I'm back. Whoa.
So let's so the gooiness is going down the back of your throat, and then what?
What happened?
So the gooiness is going down the back of your throat, and then what?
Sorry, I was hearing two of you there. Just say that again.
So the gooiness is going down the back of your throat, and then what?
All right, we can skip over that. I mean, so it's like, but it's like, like it's not like bread. It's not like dry bread.
It's like
You know what I mean?
wet gooiness bread.
It's like wet gooey bread. It's like
what's
it's
the
like icing bread. Like pastry. Like think soft, moist pastry.
soft, moist, wet gooiness
That's right.
down the back of your throat?
Down the hatch. No, but it's like here.
That is an all-timer, dude. Oh god, I gotta clip that.
You can use it in the intro, bro.
I have to.
You
I
have
don't
to.
have a choice.
That is so like. I'm gonna be honest with you. Can I be honest?
Let's be
it's
honest.
not. Yes, it tastes like cinnamon roll. Because it's a drink, I feel like I would rather almost do shots of Fireball. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. I mean, shots of Fireball, especially around this time of year, is like cake.
yeah. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. It is good. Like, I'll obviously finish it. I'm not a bitch, but so it is good. But for those of you trying it out there, I mean, kind of like a cinnamon roll.
But it's more like the gooiness that goes down the back of your throat after you bite into a cinnamon roll.
And maybe I didn't put the good amount, like good parts. Maybe I did too much
Fireball
or too much PBR. I don't know, but it does taste interesting for sure. And it's pleasant. It is pleasant. It's just not something that it's not something I would probably regularly do.
Saying the question really is, would you?
What would I have? Moist gooiness going down the back of my throat.
However you want to interpret it, man.
Is that the would you? Is that
would
the
you?
suffix? Yeah, probably not. Probably not. And now I'm embarrassed just saying it. So, anyway, this is let's do a rating. Let's do a rating system
Of like new drinks and
out
stuff?
of 5. So out of 5 ballies, how many ballies is it? Let's do that. Come on.
Not naming the mascot.
How many ballies?
I refuse to name the mascot.
He's up here, by the way. That's Bally.
He's up where?
He's up here. You got rid of him. That's horrible. So out of 5 ballies, I would say 3 ballies.
3 ballies out of 5. Wow, that's
3 out
lower
of
than I
5.
thought.
Yeah, it's good. It's above half. You know what I mean? 3 out of 5.
Zane, you've literally never used that ranking system. Ever. That's a me thing.
What do you
Where
mean
average is 5.
You get to claim half is average? Like what? What is happening right now?
So we don't have to talk about this. This is gonna piss me off.
You're talking about movies, dude.
I'm talking about everything.
Movies.
I'm talking about everything.
Get the F out of here, man.
Alrighty, Zane. What's our first topic of today?
First topic of the night for the Beerly Out of Bounds on the main slate. This is the main slate. This is what we're talking about today. This is what we're focusing on. This is Scottie Scheffler is the PGA Tour Player of the Year. Everybody clap for Scottie. Woo, woo. And he's also the hero. He won the Hero Challenge this past weekend, winning the field by 6 shots. He was 6 shots ahead of the second place guy. This is his 9th, Zach. 9th worldwide win. 9th worldwide win. He is the first back-to-back winner of this award since Tiger Woods in 2007. Here's the question, Zach. Was there any player that was even close to this?
Was there any player that was even close to this?
I like this view, by the way.
I do too. I like switching it around, keeping it interesting.
No, I like this one.
It kind of depends because I kind of have to lean a little bit to get on this.
Well, then lean a little bit. Like sacrifice, man.
Any player even close to this?
Yeah, any player even. Who would you say is the second place? I already know the answer. of who won second place. And I'd probably agree with that second place thing. But do you think there's another player more deserving of it?
Of the player of the year?
Yep.
There's not a player I think's more deserving. I think Xander was be the second one.
Yeah. Yep. Did you know? So here's the crazy part about this whole thing, Zach. If I just gave you 2 data points, and it's kind of like the whole, if I told you this, you'd never believe it.
Mm-hmm.
If I just gave you 2 data points, listen to these 2 data points, and you tell me if they make sense. A player in the PGA Tour is going to win 2 major championships.
Mm-hmm.
That same player is not going to win. He's going to win less than 10% of the vote for player of the year.
Mm-hmm.
That's wild.
Yeah.
What do you mean, yeah? That's insane. The fact that Xander Schauffele is only getting, is only getting less than like 9% of the vote. And Scottie's getting 91. Again, totally deserved. I'd vote for him. That's insane to me.
Pretty
wild.
I don't think it's that crazy.
What do you mean it's not that crazy?
Because like
what do you mean?
You look so stupid with that look on your face.
What do you mean? Not that crazy.
It's not that crazy because it's like you give those 2 data points, but it's devoid of the context of the rest of the year.
Oh my God, Zach. Of course it's devoid of the context. I'm just saying that sounds nuts. It sounds nuts. It's like what?
Out of context, yes.
It's the same way as saying like, oh yeah, Trump's going to get there's going to be 2 assassination attempts on him in the same year. You'd be like, no way. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Is it's so crazy to say that a player who won 2 major championships is not considered, or it's not even like 10% of the vote. Like, I get it. Trust me, I'd have vote for Scottie. I'm not saying he deserves more percentage of the vote. I'm just saying that's insane that you had a player win 2 major championships and he's getting 9%.
I guess.
Oh my God, I guess. Get out of here. So here's the question, Zach. I mean, do you think he keeps this up going into 2025 is the question.
I mean, looks poised to do it again.
Yeah, absolutely.
So there's nothing leading me to believe that anything else is happening. So
yeah,
he's just continuing to play really well. And he's not making, the crazy thing is, I can't remember who it was, but me and someone I work with were talking about it at work. And they were talking about Scottie birdieing all these holes. He's not making bombs. He's making like 6-footers.
Well, he switched to I don't know if you saw this on shorter putts. He switched to the claw grip.
I did see that, yeah. But like, he's not, even then, he's not making bombs. It's just like 5, 6, 7 feet.
I'm going to share my screen real quick. This just goes to show how important for all you young players out there, all you amateurs, look at this. So I just sent it to Zach to see if this is Data Golf. This is one of my favorite websites. If you are a player, you need to look at this website to see what you need to work on. You also need to track your own stats. I'm a big believer. I don't think you need to overanalyze the stats. If you're not somebody who really understands Excel spreadsheets, you want to get somebody else to do it, that's fine. A coach should be able to do it for you, like Zach or me or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to analyze it, but it really helps finding out where you're struggling. Look at this. So this is the breakdown of this year. This is the overall breakdown. This is insane. Look at the approach. I've never seen that on Data Golf. Never seen 3 strokes gained approach.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's insanity.
Yeah.
It means every single tournament, on average, it's averaging, he's gaining 3 shots on the field on his approach shots.
Yeah.
Look at his driving accuracy. He's gaining a stroke and more than a stroke and a half on just hitting fairways. He's already gaining an entire stroke just because of distance. And he's gaining a 1 stroke because of his putting. This is the best. I mean, I'm going to go ahead and say it. This guy is poised to start the year off, again, barring any other unfortunate mishaps with the law. This guy is poised to do the same thing Tiger did. Like, he is playing Tiger-esque. It was, if you look at the scores from the Hero Challenge, especially final day, how in the world did he beat the field by 6 shots? It was not playing easy.
No.
It just wasn't. And for him to go out there and dominate
yeah,
the field was unreal. Some of those shots, like they had Tiger jump on to the broadcast a little bit. I don't have this video, but right as Tiger gets on the broadcast, Scheffler sticks it to like here, you know? And Tiger goes, oh, that's a really good shot. But it was just so funny because he was like just coming on to talk.
Yeah.
Because it was his tournament. Obviously, he's the guy.
He is the guy.
He is the guy. He is the man. But that is his tournament. He hosts it. But it is crazy, man. It is crazy. So he won, obviously, the Players this season, which is the 5th major. He won the Masters. Zach, here's a question for you. Do you still consider the Players the 5th major?
Probably not right now.
Probably not right now. I agree with you there. Okay, so he won one actual major. We won't call the Players the 5th major anymore until they figure that crap out. But he won that, and he also won 9 times on the PGA Tour. Sorry, that's 9 times total. Hold on, trying to figure out this season. There we go. Oh crap, this is insane. So he won a total of 9 times on the year. So he won the Masters, obviously. He won the Arnold, the Players, RBC. He won the Memorial. He won the Travelers. He won the Olympic, obviously, men's competition. He won the Tour Championship, and he won the Hero World Challenge.
Yeah.
Zach, do you want to know what his lowest week was in the field?
This is T41.
You're looking at it. You cheater.
US I mean, Open. You're literally, it's on screen right now.
Yeah, you're right. I'm so dumb. Sorry, that's the fireball hitting, boys. That's that cinnamon roll.
It's like you're cheating. You're looking at it, and I'm like
rolling up my brain right now. You know?
Yeah, no missed cuts. His worst finish was T41.
That's insane, dude. That blows my mind. And look at the putting for the U.S. Open.
Yeah,
that's what got him. Look at all the other stats from that U.S. Open. Not out of the realm of winning.
No.
Look at that. Look at that putt. That's insane, dude.
Which is kind of crazy because you'd figure at a course like Pinehurst that he'd excel because of his ball striking and driving.
Sure. Absolutely.
But I mean, if you have bad putting week, you have bad putting week. There's not much you can do about it. So
absolutely, dude. Absolutely. But he dropped 2 shots almost. Sorry, shot and a half on his putting that week. But look at all these other ones. Look how good he's putting again.
Yeah.
Look at that. Only dropped 0.2. This is how insane this is. Dropped to 0.27 shots. Look at, he's still T33.
Well, and he had a bad approach week for the first time ever that same week.
Yeah.
T33.
Yeah, look at that. He's just playing so damn good. It's wild. It's insane.
Yeah.
It's absolutely insane. His driving stats are off the chart, obviously.
Yeah.
So, Zach, I think that this guy, not only is he number 1 in data golf, which he should be, I think this guy is really poised. I think Scottie Scheffler is robbed of this whole LIV versus PGA Tour thing. I do believe, and I hope you agree, you may not. I actually believe Scottie Scheffler would still have won 9 times worldwide this season if PGA and LIV were playing together. 100%. 100% believe it. 100% believe it.
I don't know.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
With those numbers. He won by 6.
Which one did he win by? Oh, yeah, this past week at the Hero World Challenge, but
I just think this is something we haven't seen since Tiger freaking Woods.
I think there's a good chance he wins 6 or 7. I don't know if he wins 9. I still think he has the best season on tour.
I just don't know which weeks he would lose from on the weeks he won. On the weeks he won, he obviously, if you're shooting 241 in a bigger field, you're going to be further back, or deeper field, I should say. You're going to be further back. You're not going to be T41. You're going to be like T50 or something like that. But if you look at like some of these wins, I mean, let's just check and see what he did in these. Like Arnold Palmer Invitation. Oh, it'll pull up. Hold on.
He won by 1 shot over Xander Schauffele and Wyndham Clark.
Okay, he won.
Players.
Yep. No, he won by 5 shots at Arnold Palmer. Players, you're
right.
Talking
about the players.
Players, you're right. He won by 1 shot. That one probably would have been hard fought. There were a lot of there. You're right. He might not have won if there were some live guys in there. That's a fact. Texas Championship, obviously, he might not have come in first. Well, he didn't anyway. Masters, they play in it, and he won by 3.
Yeah.
4,
He won by 3 at RBC, but I mean the guys around him weren't like
like what?
Like the leaderboard is Thigala, Clark.
Those are great players.
Poston, Thomas, Rogers.
Those are really good players.
I'm not saying they're not good players. I'm just saying
this one he might not have won the Memorial. I can take that. So you might be right. 2 shot. I mean, 2.
I'm not saying that like. I'm not saying that he wouldn't have won a lot. I still believe
he would have won 7.
He would have won like 6 or 7. I just don't think he would have gotten 9 if the
I think you're right.
Together.
I think you're right. I think you would have won 7. You're probably right. Okay, I back down. Uncle. I back down. Ran away with the Tour Championship, by the way.
Yeah.
Of course, they do have that flawed system. I'm not sure. Again,
I'm not sure it's a flawed system, but
I liked it. Because it was like the only one of its kind, like doing that. But I don't know how I feel about it anymore. So anyway, great job by Scottie. Really good job. We can stop sharing. So now here's the question. So is this the end of the Bryson Brooks feud? I think it is. I think I asked more of a rhetorical question on that.
I think it's been over for a while.
I think it has too.
I think they've made their peace with each other.
But this is what was said. Let me open this up here real quick. This is what was said. So you've got Brooks Koepka admits he was wrong about Bryson DeChambeau. Quote, "Look, we all get older. We all mature a little bit. And then you realize, hey, Bryson's a good dude." I think he's severely misunderstood, and I think the world is actually starting to really see who Bryson is, which is cool. I'm the first person to admit it. I was wrong with what my original thoughts were.
I agree. That's my take on
that. That is my take too.
Because I was a big Brooks over Bryson guy,
and I was a big I wasn't big on Brooks, but I was big anti-Bryson. Everybody on the podcast remembers the old chunk and run days, right?
Yeah.
We had that whole thing where we went through Bryson's like worst takes. Not worst takes, sorry. Like his bad reels. You know what I mean?
Hey, Zach, can you do me a favor?
Yo.
Can you close down your messages while you have Twitter open?
Sure. Why is that bad?
No, it's just there you go.
Why is that bad? Is there something on there?
No, there's nothing on there. It was just
I'm glad you didn't see the porn star message.
Yeah.
So anyway, I do. I mean, I've been on this for a while. Like Bryson, I really do believe it was one of those things where PGA Tour was kind of constricting him. Was kind of
I 100% agree. I think I said this last episode.
They were limiting the amount he could share with the media, limiting his ability to market himself, limiting his ability to do brand deals with people and using footage. Obviously, we've heard about that from Phil Mickelson.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's been the problem. I need to take another sip of this. Woo. Woo. A lot of alcohol. I may have put too much Fireball in there. But anyway, you can see the grimace on my face. I just think that it's one of those things where
It's because
I think
that.
Thank God that what? I got that gooey feeling going down my throat.
Yeah. He's got that gooiness goes down the
that
back of his
gooiness
throat.
going down the back of my throat. That white gooiness.
That gooiness.
That white gooiness.
The white gooiness.
Anyway, so I've been on this for a while. Everybody remembers the old footage of him yelling at the guy, the cameraman, right?
Yeah.
I wish I had that video on me. The cameraman yelling at him whenever he hit a bad shot out of the sand, started slamming his club in the sand, yelled at the cameraman for focusing on him. It's like, dude, you hit the shot.
Yeah.
Like, what are you yelling at that guy for? He's just doing his job.
Yeah.
And it could have been one of those things. Looking back at it, could have been one of those things where maybe he had a bad meeting earlier that morning or that week, and maybe he was already frustrated with how the tour was treating him. Maybe they were already talking behind the scenes about how bad the tour was. And whenever you've got that mindset, I've known this at work. Zach, I'm sure you've known it at bad workplaces.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever you've got that mindset, everything looks like a bad thing.
Yeah, everything pisses you off. Yeah.
Everything pisses you off, even if it's mundane. Like, everything looks like it's like everything becomes, that hammer and nail thing. Everything becomes a nail.
Yeah.
It's like you're a hammer. Everything becomes a nail. And so it could have been one of those things for him. So
especially with his whole thing about like I wasn't able to like show who I was or anything. I wasn't able to like use footage of myself and blah blah blah. He's talked about this on Garrett Clark's podcast.
Yeah, I remember
he's talked about how like that was a big frustration for him, and it could be related to that. How he's like, okay, so you guys will show me like slamming my club and stuff, but I can't show myself hitting a good shot without paying you for the rights to show myself hitting a good shot.
Millions of dollars. For
Millions of dollars.
A clip.
Yeah.
That is the biggest ripoff and scam of all time, I think, on the players. I really believe that. Having to pay millions of dollars. This is the same thing that NFL did with Pat McAfee, and they had to back off. Was they were trying to, obviously they still have NFL films, but they sent a cease and desist to Pat McAfee.
Yeah, I saw that.
Even after Pat McAfee was paying him all that money.
Yeah.
And they couldn't show, they paid for the films, like the rights to use the films, but they didn't pay for the rights to use the logos in the video, which is just like, okay, what if we have merchandise showing? Like, are you effing serious?
Yeah.
And it's the same thing. These organizations.
Well, also, what I will say about this, the NFL really needs to be careful about that because they're going to get brought up on like a fair use suit, and they're not going to have an argument.
No, they aren't, because it is noteworthy. That's been the ruling in courts, is that as long as it's newsworthy, you can report on it. As long as I'm showing something and then changing the footage by putting my voice over it and
by
critiquing
making
it.
You're meaningfully changing the content.
Correct.
So like if I were to do like quarterback breakdowns for whatever for Beer League football, or if I were to do like a swing review of a guy playing on the PGA Tour and they were to like hit it, then you could file a counterclaim and win that instantly. Even if they take you to court, you'd win.
Yeah.
Because you're meaningfully changing the content of the video shown.
That's 100%.
Because the change would be if I'm doing like a breakdown of a quarterback play or a play in football, I would be pausing. I'd be saying, okay, this guy, they're in cover 3 shell or whatever. Or if I'm talking about a golf swing, I'd be like, okay, with his takeaway, it's a one-piece takeaway, keeping the club outside the hands.
Yep.
Blah blah blah. Like there's so many ways you can meaningfully change the content of a video. And a lot of these, especially a lot of the sports companies, that are pretty litigious when it comes to this kind of stuff, they're one lawsuit away.
Yeah, absolutely they are. 100%.
But everyone's scared to take them on because it's the NFL, it's the
Yep.
PGA Tour, it's all that
That's
stuff.
exactly right, dude. It's exactly right, and it's a bummer, really. The other thing that brings me back to was whenever Phil Mickelson tried to get the match together with Tiger and all that. And if you remember, the big thing was they couldn't use shots of Phil Mickelson whenever he was playing golf on the PGA Tour.
Yeah.
It's like, how else are you going to get shots of Phil Mickelson?
Yeah.
Swinging a golf club. And the thing that I hate about this is it's so short-sighted. Because that they might win on a fair use claim. So the PGA Tour might win on that, because if I'm just showing a montage.
A montage would be, although there is U.S. court case precedence now that would be considered fair use.
As long as you added like music, change, really.
As long as it's meaningfully changed. If it's not like the one example I can think of, it was two political activists, and one basically took someone's video and clipped it a little bit to make it look like they were just arguing with themselves, and then changed the title of the video. They went after, so the one that got clipped went after the other person and tried to sue them for copyright infringement, and lost that case because it was determined that the clipping made and the changing of the title of the video was enough to constitute a meaningful difference in the content.
Yeah, but I would argue that would be meaningfully changing it by mere dint of the fact that you're showing something. The message of it is that they don't believe, like you're saying that they don't have concurrent views.
Yes, but the main reason it was cited to be meaningfully changed was just the title of the video by the judge. That's what the judge said.
You'd have to show me that.
I'll show it to you,
but my point is that if you're the PGA Tour, why wouldn't you want shots being shown of Phil Mickelson on the PGA Tour? It's free advertisement.
In the golf boom.
Free advertisement.
In the golf boom the boom that golf's experienced because of COVID, why wouldn't you want as much golf content, especially PGA Tour golf content, out there as possible?
Absolutely.
Because right now, the PGA Tour is having to compete with the likes of everyone on YouTube.
YouTube golfers. Yes. YouTube golfers. You're competing with the wrong people.
Yeah.
So we'll get into that later. There's a little I think it's part of our short segments that we're going to get into. Oh no, that's part of our main slate. Perfect. All right, awesome.
We'll go into that right now then.
Yeah. So here's the question for you. Going into, taking a piggyback off of that Brooks Koepka DeChambeau thing. Obviously, they're playing with each other against Scottie and Rory. So here's the question, Zach. Who do you have winning that match? Who do you have winning?
I would be stunned. This is going to be a controversial take. I would be stunned if Bryson and Brooks don't win that match.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. So let's take a look.
I believe Scottie's the best player in the world.
Okay. Well, let's do this. Let's take a look at the Data Golf rankings. I love Data Golf.
First off, let's talk about what the format of the match is, because that's important to decide.
It is important to decide. So the format is an 18-hole match play. So I'm guessing that means it's a best ball match play. So you're just taking the best score on the hole.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if we're talking about the best score on the hole, it's not just alternate shot. It's not scramble. I mean, who do you have in that match? You're saying Brooks and Bryson take it without a doubt?
I'm pretty confident that they win that.
Really?
Yeah.
So if we're looking at Data Golf, this is why I love bringing this out. Brooks Koepka is ranked 46th on Data Golf. He's petered out since about 85 rounds ago. He was doing very well, and then he kind of petered out. Bryson DeChambeau, we look at Bryson Bryson DeChambeau is sitting at 17th. He's obviously surged.
Mm-hmm.
If you're looking at, and remember, they do a year rolling, right?
Yeah.
They do a year rolling. If you're looking at Scottie Scheffler, obviously we've gone over this. He's ranked number 1.
Mm-hmm.
And Rory McIlroy's ranked number 4.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the question.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you say that you favor them over the likes of Rory and Scottie? Because here's the thing. Rory and Scottie are both surging at the same time, right before this.
Okay.
I think Rory and Scottie are going to take it. I think the PGA Tour is going to win out on this one. And again, never been, obviously from the very beginning, that I haven't been a super PGA Tour guy. I've been a big proponent of the anti-establishment kind of what LIV golf represents, not really for Saudi money, but for changes on the PGA Tour.
What course is it at? Has it been announced?
Shadow Creek in Las Vegas. So it's at a very nice course.
Yeah, Shadow Creek.
Shadow Creek is like, I've heard from some of the members out at Golf Club of Georgia. I'm sure you've got some guys there that have played there, but it is
in Las Vegas at Shadow Creek.
It's a bit more of a desert vibe.
Yeah. So here I'm gonna explain my reasoning. Okay. In an event like this specifically, I want guys that have that dog in them.
Sure.
And I think both Brooks and Bryson have that dog in them.
Okay.
Even when they're playing bad, they got that dog in them. I don't know if Rory has that dog. If it is a dog, it's a Pekingese. I'm just being honest. I don't think Rory has that dog in him.
I don't think he has that dog in him, man.
Listen, man. Come back to this when they win this match. And it's going to be because Rory missed a putt somewhere that would have won them the match and didn't, and then missed it. And it's going to come. It's going to come. I'm just saying. It's going to come. It's going to be, it's going to be that warm gooiness that goes down the back of your throat.
So looking at the course,
you're going to have to taste it and like it.
Oh my goodness. Looking at the course, I misremembered it. This isn't the one in Las Vegas that is more deserty. It's actually a lot more like what you would consider standard golf. Lots of creeks running through holes, lots of sand.
Yeah, when you said deserty, I was like, am I thinking of the right course?
But it's not. Yeah,
deserty. Shadow Creek is not super deserty.
Yeah, it's not. No. There's not a lot around it. Like it's just kind of like green in the middle of nothing.
Kind of like Sedona Country Club.
Very similar to Sedona Country Club.
It's a little nicer.
Actually, more. This reminds me more of like that Oak Creek vibe that we played.
Quail Creek.
Was it Quail Creek?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, reminds me of that one because it's a lot of green surrounded by a lot of sand. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas Sedona was like a good mix of like green and sand and like. Whereas Seven Canyons was like a desert course.
Seven Canyons is the most beautiful course I probably ever will play in my life.
Same. Probably. People probably won't even know our reference.
Not confirmed, but probably.
Yeah.
Probably the best course I'm ever going to play in my life, or at least the prettiest.
I agree with you.
Although I will say the Standard Club is a very beautiful golf course.
All right. So let's go on to our next topic of the night. So we've got Bryson and Brooks Koepka. So the title says Envision. They say it's in the works. They say this is something that is happening right now. So they obviously went in with the press because everybody's going in with the press. Rory, Scottie went with the Golf Digest. They all went with Golf Digest. They're talking about this thing, trying to drum up some interest in it. So it says, while speaking at a press conference ahead of next week's Crypto.com showdown, LIV Golf's Bryson DeChambeau and Brooks Koepka hinted at the next year's version of the showdown may be a fully expanded LIV Golf versus PGA Tour Ryder Cup style match. This is what we've been asking for.
This is what we need.
Give the people... See, this is the problem with the PGA Tour. All you need to do, Zach, is just give the people what they want.
Yeah, give the people what they want.
Just give the people what they want. And this is what they want.
Yeah.
This is what we deserve.
Forgot to
So-
put up all your bullshit.
That's right. So this quote, I think the showdown is great. A showcase to bring two tours a bit together, and I think we're going to do next year. And I think we're going to do next year, said Koepka, who will team with Bryson DeChambeau against the PGA Tour stars Rory McIlroy and Scottie Scheffler on Tuesday, December 17th. Mark your calendars at 6 p.m.
My calendar's marked.
At Shadow Creek in Las Vegas. Quote, all of us can align and bring something bigger and better, so we can have a couple more times where they can, or just at least one more time where we can see most of the best players from both sides competing more against each other. Koepka then explained it, saying it would be a, quote, LIV versus PGA Tour Ryder Cup style thing, end quote. That sounds like something that he was told was going to happen.
Yeah.
The way you say that.
Yeah.
He didn't just say it was going to be more players. Like,
Yeah.
this isn't the speculation of, oh, he said more players. It's going to be Ryder Cup style.
Dude,
He
I
said it.
that would be a good match. That'd be a really good match.
That'd be awesome. And what you do is the same thing that you do on PGA Tour, is it's the ranking points.
Yeah.
And you just take the highest ranking PGA Tour players against the highest ranking LIV Golf Tour players.
Yeah.
Our boy Horsfield might make it because he's playing really well.
He did not finish the season well, I thought.
He didn't finish the season well, but he did play the season well. Early in the season, he played pretty good. He was the best on his team.
Well, that's not saying much.
That's not saying much. They played bad. So
they played horrible. It was
so
it was
bad.
a tragedy. As a Majestics fan, I was ticked off.
Do you have a hat? Did you end up buying a hat?
I was
know
very
you
close,
wanted
but
to.
no, I did not.
I know you wanted to. But anyway, when asked,
okay, he had a good year in 2022 for the Majestics.
mm-hmm.
He had a bad year in 2023, and he had a better year this past year.
Gotcha.
But,
he's on the upswing. He had 30 rounds ago was his worst. He's on the upswing. He's back. He
did play better in the second half of the year than he did at the start. He had a good match in Dallas in week 1. Did not play well in Chicago.
Yeah.
Did not play well in UK. Did not play well in Andalusia. Then he played really good in Nashville.
Yeah.
Played okay in Houston. Bad in Singapore. He played okay in Adelaide. Bad in Miami, but then really good in Hong Kong. Ooh, excuse me. He played okay in Jeddah, okay at Vegas, and okay at Mayakoba.
Gotcha.
So he's
and
on the upswing.
What's Ryan O'Neal's friend's name again? Oh, I can't remember his name. Starts with a K. It starts with a C.
A C.
K. Is it Cade? No, it ain't Cade.
Oh, I know you're talking about the young kid.
Yeah. Oh man, he's on LIV.
I can find him. Just give me a second.
He's on LIV.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, find him and we'll talk about him a little bit. So anyway, I'm just going to finish up this article real quick. When asked if it would be a competition where both sides are battling it out rather than a, quote, friendly exhibition, end quote, Koepka insisted the LIV side would be eager to prove it has the best players in the world. Quote, I can promise you on the other side, they're not sitting there wanting to lose, end quote, Koepka said. Rory doesn't, Scottie doesn't want to lose to us, and there's no chance we want to lose. We're too competitive on our side. We don't want to lose. This isn't anything other than just being competitive and wanting to beat those guys and show them who the best players in golf are, end quote. This is awesome. I just like to say this is what we wanted, Zach. All the time, this is what we wanted.
The kid you're thinking of is Caleb Surratt.
Caleb! That's what I was thinking of. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why I couldn't think of his name. I was hot on him.
He didn't play well this year.
No, he didn't.
But he was playing for John Rahm's Legion 13, so he was automatically going to be the third best player on his team, basically.
Yeah, Caleb Surratt. Yeah, his rank on Data Golf, it's above that of Horsfield, but he is swinging down. He's on the downtrend, according to Data Golf. He did jump with this past week. He did jump 72 spots. Not with
the Majestics. No, they didn't finish dead last. Thank God.
Who did finish dead last? Was it the Range Goats?
No, Range Goats finished 9th.
Wow. Okay.
The Ironheads finished dead last.
Of course they did. That's Nas team, right? Kevin Na?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yep. All right. Well,
They finished with 9.33 points on the season.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, next week
finished second to last.
Next week we'll be able to actually talk with Michael Pashota, who was on the bag for Andy Ogletree, who was on the High Flyers.
Yeah.
So we'll be able to talk with him a little bit. Maybe ask him about kind of what the LIV golf schedule is like, because he was obviously on it for a while.
Yeah.
And so we'll ask him about a lot of that kind of stuff as well. Now, here's the next segment of the main slate. Jordan Spieth is back to practice as usual after his wrist surgery. Zach, what do you think his 2025 season looks like?
You guys remember the season after he changed his golf swing?
That's what it's going to look like?
That's what it's going to look like.
So you're not predicting a 2025 comeback is what you're saying?
No, I'm not. I'm predicting another down year for Jordan Spieth.
Really? Was he on the
upswing? But you know what, Zane? He's still going to get a lot of play on television.
So this is the crazy part, right? Is Vince Whaley, guys like Vince Whaley who are playing out of their goddamn minds aren't getting broadcast time, but the guys like Jordan Spieth are.
Yeah.
That's criminal to me. It really is.
I'm predicting 2 top 10s next year for Jordan Spieth.
2 top 10s. Well, let's take a look.
Just two.
I'm going to share this tab. He's actually on the downswing.
8 missed cuts.
5 rounds ago, which was before that wrist surgery. 5 rounds ago, which was before that wrist surgery. He's on the downswing. So I think maybe he has a comeback after this. He's already, I mean, how much do you have to lose from doing this? You know what I mean?
We've seen Jordan Spieth have some pretty low lows.
That's true. We have. But that is a significant drop from where he was almost a year ago. You know what I mean?
Also, he's 31. Wrist surgery at 31 is going to be tough to overcome.
Sure, but those guys have the best, physical therapists out there.
No, I understand, and he says he's feeling no pain and everything. It just takes a while to get back to form.
I think you see a comeback. I think you do. I think you see. I don't think that comeback is the 3 major championship Jordan Spieth.
You think he gets a win this year?
Yeah, 2025. I would predict 1 win.
Okay, I'll make a bet that he doesn't.
That's not fair. He didn't win this past season.
Okay,
that's not fair.
The 2 top 10 thing.
You don't think he's going to get 2 top 10s?
I said he would.
Oh. So we're going over and under, like
2.5
top 10s?
2.5. I'll set the line.
Okay, line's 2.5. I'm going to go over 2.5.
Okay, I'm going to go under.
All right, swear. And what are we going to do as a punishment?
What do you want to do?
Let's do...
Wait, also, can I just say one caveat to this? If he goes to one of those events that's not a premier event and plays in, that does not count.
Top 10s count, baby.
No, that does not count.
What do you mean?
If he plays at I don't know, what are the non-premier events that are happening side by side with big events?
What are you talking about, dog?
Zane, you know what I'm talking about.
Like Butterfield, Bermuda? Is
say he doesn't get into the, I don't know, the players.
Premier event? It's still a top 10, dog. Come on. And they're not going to have Jordan Spieth playing those events. They're going to have him playing. They're going to find some way.
Oh, yeah, he's got, we read in the back of the book, and it says Jordan Spieth gets an exemption.
Yeah. That's what's going to happen, dog. I just know it. You just know that's what happens.
That's probably true, but that makes my line. I think it makes it very safe at 2.5.
Really? All right. Yeah. I'm taking 3. And what we'll do is we'll do shots of vodka. You have to do a shot of vodka.
Okay. All
right.
A shot of vodka.
A shot.
I'm not doing multiple.
So shot 4 ounces? I actually don't know.
Should we make a bet on the PGA Tour versus LIV thing? Because that'll happen before our next.
I'm gonna bet. I'm gonna go straight up say Scottie Scheffler and Rory McIlroy. Do you take Bryson and
Taking
Brooks?
Bryson and Brooks, yeah.
Let's do another shot of Arkila.
No,
Effort.
not for that. That's crazy.
Shot of Fireball. I got
Not
Fireball.
a Fireball. I'll do that. Yeah.
Okay, Fireball.
Easy.
Shot of Fireball for that one. Shot of Arkila for the other one.
Yeah.
That sounds good to me. So good. Moving on. We've got the forming the Creator Council. This is a topic Zach's gonna love talking about. Zach loves PGA Tour. I mean, sorry, he loves YouTube golf.
I love YouTube in general, but yeah,
this is something that he will love to talk about with you guys. And so I'm going to share this tab instead. Here we go. Zach, take it away.
PGA Tour announces they formed a Creator Council to discuss fan engagement strategy and future content opportunities. The council will consist of influencer and content heavyweights Bob Does Sports, Brian Bros Golf, Eric Anders Lang. I don't know if he's a heavyweight anymore. Foreplay. Okay. No laying up. Paige Spiranac. What are we doing? Roger Steele, I don't even know. And Tisha Lynn, I don't know.
So these are all the people that sucked up to the PGA Tour during this whole LIV PGA Tour thing.
Yes and no. I mean, Bob Does Sports has done a lot of content with Bryson and stuff.
Okay.
So has Brian Bros.
Well, I just mean like the no laying up, the foreplay.
No up and foreplay is
bad.
And Paige Spiranac, I just don't get. What is she gonna do?
Show her tits.
Well, I mean, you're not wrong. That is what she does on a daily basis.
Yeah. Yeah, for real though. Like not joking. So let's go ahead and read a little bit of this thing and then we'll move on.
Okay.
All right. So I'm sharing the tab. So the PGA
Tour. By the way, I just want to say this. I like the idea. Okay. Not a bad idea. Execution is awful. Yeah. Bob Does Sports is a good pick, and that might be the only good pick. Maybe foreplay. But like that's the only good pick. I like Brian Bros too.
I don't know. No Laying Up has a pretty big following. Like they really do.
I don't know why. I don't know why they have a big following.
They're bad.
They have the worst takes in the world.
They do.
No Laying Up is so stupid. It pisses me off that they're popular.
They're stands. I think they're getting paid. Honest to God, I think they're being paid behind the scenes by PGA Tour Enterprises.
They gotta be, dude. Their takes make 0 sense.
No, yeah, it's understandable being a sympathizer with the PGA Tour. I get it. I understand the whole. I do. I actually sympathize with the whole thing of like, oh, we want heritage. We want legacy, like that's important. Like we want a tradition, that's important. Love that shit.
Yeah.
But like at some time you have to lay the blame at the feet of the commissioner, and they just won't do it. And so that's where
they'd rather suck him off constantly. It's the most
because they want money.
In the world.
I really believe it is money. I believe they're being paid.
I think, well, here's the thing. I think if they would have had a different opinion on any of this stuff, they wouldn't be invited into this thing.
Absolutely. I totally agree. So anyway, going back to this is written by staff. It doesn't have a name. Of course it doesn't. The PGA Tour is ramping up efforts to engage with the top golf content creators, which is, again, 5 years too late, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, this really is late in the game, and they didn't invite the biggest names.
Oh yeah, where's Rick Shields at?
Rick Shields,
Are you kidding? Like you don't have Rick Shields?
Wait, first off, I can tell you exactly why Rick Shields isn't doing this. I can tell you exactly that Rick Shields isn't doing this for a reason, and Good isn't doing this for a completely different reason. Rick Shields isn't doing this because he doesn't feel like he needs to.
Yep.
He is so well established. Like, this is honestly one of those things that a lot of these people are probably doing because they're going to get paid to do it. Rick Shields does not need to get paid to do it.
And you know what these guys are going to do? I can guarantee you what these guys are going to do is they're going to yank the ladder up from behind them. You know, podcasts like this, we're going to get copyright struck. We're going to get, I almost guarantee it. We're like, again, if we establish any kind of following, they're going to find some way to keep us down.
Dude, one of these days where we don't have a big tournament, I want to go back through and watch No Laying Up in like their worst takes ever. I want to gather them together and I want to just do a marathon of us watching these stupid people have these stupid opinions.
Oh, just go back to 2021. It was awful.
Dude, oh my God. It was every day.
2020, 2021. No laying up was the worst. It was the worst. There were no good takes by any of the guys on the podcast. Any of them. Not a single one. Hated it. Anyway, so let's move on. The PGA Tour is ramping up these things. The council will be comprised of up to 10 popular content creators / brands who will meet regularly with the media, marketing, and communication team members at the PGA Tour to develop shared strategies for content development and fan engagement. Again, should have been done 6 years ago.
At least.
The council will include creators such as Bob Does Sports, Brian Brose, Eric Anders Lang, Foreplay at Barstool Sports, No Laying Up, Paige Spiranak, Roger Steele, and Tisha Allen. By the way, Eric Anders is a great guy to have on there.
Mm-hmm.
Super good at content creation.
Mm-hmm.
It's not Paige Spiranak, not that baloney. He actually makes really good content.
The problem I have with Eric Anders Lang is, like you said, if they did this 6 years ago,
oh yeah,
he would be the most relevant person in the space.
Absolutely.
And he would make incredible videos to promote the PGA Tour.
Absolutely.
But with the rise...
Go ahead. Sorry.
With the rise of so many different golf content creators, Eric Anders Lang, as good as his videos are, and I do like him as a content creator, and I think he's a great guy too. As good as his videos are, it's just he's not as big in the space as he used to be. Yeah.
Well, that's a fact. I agree with you. But another point is that you have like 6 years ago, like Eric Anders Lang was putting out really, really good content. Not like flashing tits, not like, shaking the booty, not that she actually shakes her booty on camera.
No, she says, "Rate my swing," and wears a low cut top and a short skirt,
booty shorts. Yeah. So I'm not talking about that, but I am talking about like a level of production value that was just above and beyond what other people were doing.
The best. It was the best. It was the best on YouTube at the time.
Yeah. Can you imagine where they would be at right now if they were promoting that way back when?
Could you imagine where they'd be if they had listened to Phil Mickelson and done this 6 years ago?
Agreed. And not only that, but like instead of having your lame ass, again, apologies to anybody who's actually broadcasting with the PGA Tour, lame ass folks on broadcast, not like making any sense when they're talking, just literally rambling, not being fun about it, not making it entertaining, not adding any entertainment value whatsoever. Having one of these guys on and just paying them money because people obviously like them, otherwise they wouldn't watch their videos. Can you imagine a world in which Bob Does Sports did the broadcast? Everyone would watch. Everyone would watch.
Probably.
Because it's way more entertaining to listen to them talk than these stiffs. And
you see it when they'll do like the Pat Perez versus, and you have Bob and Joey doing the commentary behind it. It's just solid. They're funny. People like to listen to them because they're funny.
And this is why I hate the idea of like, oh, you got to have them on. They played the game at the highest level. You got to have them on. I don't mind one straight guy who played the game at a high level like Paul Agazinger. I don't mind that. Or Frank Nobilo. I don't mind that at all.
Yeah, especially when they give you the gooiness that goes down the back of your throat. But oftentimes they don't.
They never give you that gooiness, Zach. What I'm saying is Bob Does Sports gives me that gooiness.
Yeah.
That goes down the back of my throat.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what he's saying, guys.
That's what I'm saying, people. So anyway,
by the way, I'm just curious. I want to hear your opinion on this. How long until Foreplay, Bob Does Sports, and Paige Spiranak are kicked out of this due to their brand not friendliness?
Which ones did you name? I heard Paige Spiranak, but
Paige Spiranak, Bob Does Sports, Foreplay.
Foreplay stays in.
Think so?
I think Bob Does Sports stays in. I don't think Paige can help herself.
I think it's only a matter of time before someone says, "Hey, the PGA Tour is promoting this. I don't want anything to do with the PGA Tour if this is what you guys are promoting. And they immediately drop them like that.
I think the LPGA would make a big fuss about that. Big stank. Honestly. Lydia Coves, Nelly Corda. I think they would make a big stink about that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Because it is, again, despite what they are looking for, that is objectifying women. I mean, if you're one of those guys.
But I think out of the three of those, I think Paige Spiranac is the most safe. Because in the environment we're in, it's not, you can't like call that out.
I think you can call it out pretty easily, actually.
I think you can. I just think no one has the balls to.
Maybe not.
But maybe not. I think Bob Does Sports.
Do you think they actually run the risk more than, say, like foreplay?
Oh, yeah, dude. Oh, yeah.
Maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I guess, looking back at their videos, I guess you're right. Yeah. I just hope they don't. I hope they don't water down their content because their content's good.
They got banned. This is the dumbest thing I've ever heard, but it was on their podcast. They talked about it. Did you see the Rick Shields video where they did what was it? They each had a Guinness a hole.
No,
they had 36 Guinnesses and 9 holes.
No.
So they told the course that they were going to do this. They told the course that they were going to do this before. And this is the idea for the video. We're gonna have Rick Shields out. We're going to play golf. We're going to drink a Guinness a hole, blah, 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 blah. The course is like, awesome, sweet. People are going to love it because they love your content. And the course is beautiful. So, you know, it's going to show the case of course a little bit, blah, 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 blah.
Sure.
They had, I believe they had, well, obviously, they're drinking 9 Guinnesses each. So things get a little toasty. Okay? Yeah. They had a member complain, and I don't think they're allowed back at that course anymore.
Really?
So I think you could see a similar thing happen here. We have a sponsor who's like, hey, I don't want my name next to someone that promotes like heavy drinking or blah, 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 blah.
Sure.
But especially with all the stuff that Bob Does Sports does with different, you know, alcoholic beverages, like they've done stuff with different vodka companies. They have their own transfusion drink, I believe now. That's really expensive.
Yeah. Well, let's finish this up real quick. So, I'm not gonna do the PR statement that Alan was saying, but I will just say, so this is just obviously coming off the heels of they did the Q at Myrtle Beach. They did the PGA Tour live on ESPN stream. They did the Creator Classic. And this is where they've missed. This is where they've dropped the ball for so many years in a row right here. The event aired live on Golf Channel and ESPN Plus, Peacock, and YouTube. The YouTube video has amassed 2.5 million views, with another 2.8 million views across the 16 content creators' individual YouTube videos of the event.
Also, real quick, I said Rick Shields' reason. The reason Garrett Clark is not involved in this is because he's too close to Bryson. And I will say that without a doubt in my mind.
Oh, I thought you were giving us like actual evidence.
No. I can give you that without a doubt in my mind. That is
I believe
Garrett
you.
Clark is not on this.
I believe
the reason Good's not on this is because they're too close with Bryson.
I 100% believe you.
And I think that's also the reason that Grant Horvat's not on this.
I
even
agree.
though Brian Bros are.
Yep.
Is because he's too close to Bryson.
Which, again, is effing insane. Can we just say how effing insane that is? Grant Horvat, who gets everything free from TaylorMade because of his videos, because his videos are so popular. Yeah. Right? He's not on this creator council.
He's close.
He's lower class than Paige Spiranac. Are you crazy?
I can't believe. I don't even know the last 2 people on that list. I'll have to look them up later, I guess. But I've never even heard of them.
Oh, Roger Steele's the black guy. I think that's okay saying it because he's the only YouTube golf black guy. I'm sure there might be somebody smaller, but he's the main guy. He had that video that went really viral about like what his caddy says to him. He's like, I want to hit a cut. I want to hit a huge slice. He's like, come on, Roger. You know you can't hit that shot. Just hit a cut up. Just hit a draw. Just hit your stock draw to the left. And he hits his stock draw to the left. All right, thanks. He sticks the club in his bag and walks on. it's a funny video.
I've never
It really
seen it.
is. I'll send it to you later. But
and then the other person I don't know either.
Let's see. Tisha Allen. Yeah, let's look her up actually. Tisha Allen.
Tisha.
So this was the woman that, oh my, this is not real, is it?
Tisha.
You're joking. So it's Paige Spiranak, but Asian. Is that racist? Did I just make a racist?
You might have made it.
Did I make a racist right now? Beginner's Guide to Golf. Here, I'm gonna share this. Okay, we're gonna play it. You ready?
Okay. Remember, Zane, we gotta talk while we're playing stuff.
You ready?
Yeah. Let's see.
What is going on, y'all? Welcome to your Beginner's Guide to Golf. That's right, welcome to your golf era. For those of you I haven't met yet, my name is Tisha Allen, and I'm a golf media personality, but a little bit about me and my history. I have been playing golf quite literally all my life. I began at 3 and started competing at 7, went on to be a D1 full ride to Cal State Fullerton, and from there I turned professional from 2015 to 2018, where I played on the mini tour circuit, won a couple times there, and then got my Symetra Tour card. And as you may know me, probably on social media.
Symetra, so she's older than
everyone. What? I want to be able to serve the golf community and help create a fresh new look to a Beginner's Guide to Golf course. So I thought, why not just do it myself? I'm going to break down literally the basics, what you need, what to wear, the equipment, long game, short game, basics to swing, etiquette, rules, and more. So if you're ready.
So I love this.
I like it too.
Yeah. So this is not Paige Spiranak, but Asian. So no. Tisha Allen, if you hear this, this is awesome. This is good content. It really is.
I still don't know who it is. What's her following like?
That's a great question. Let's see.
Like, because it's pitched as like top content creators.
Dude, she's got
she's got less than 50K.
She's got 500,000 followers
on
Instagram.
She has 41 on YouTube.
41,000?
Yeah.
You're effing kidding me.
No.
And they don't have Grant Horvat on there?
They don't have Grant. They don't have Garrett. They don't have a lot of guys.
Dude, Todd Danger said she's bad. Oh, man.
But, I mean,
I don't mind that content. I don't mind that content. It's just,
in a way, she kind of is like Paige Spiranak because they both did like the whole mini tour thing. But they decided to go a different direction after the professional golf thing didn't work out.
Well, I like the fact that she's focusing not on like the booty shit. It's the actual getting women into the game. Like that's fine. It's great. We do something similar with Played with Heart at Golf Club of Georgia. So it's like, I love getting the more people in the game, right? Makes me more money. And why wouldn't I want to make more money?
Yeah.
More people in the game makes the PGA Tour more money. Why would I? It's like, it's.
And if there's something we know about Zane, that more money means that more warm, gooey, gooiness goes down the back of his throat.
Jesus, dude, that is gonna be something that is said for years. It really will be. Did you just fart? You did not just rip one, did you?
I did.
Oh my God, Zach, we're on a podcast.
I'm sorry, dude. I can't control it, dude.
We're on a podcast. It's not. No.
All right. So anyway, my final thoughts, because we got to wrap this thing up. Getting long.
We got to go to our speed topics.
But final thoughts. Good idea, poor execution. You need bigger content creators than this.
Absolutely.
Especially on the bottom end. The bottom end's really weak.
Yeah, 100%. All right, we're going to our speed round. Speed round. Okay. So the speed round is called behind pace. So the starter's saying speed it up. All right. So here we go. So the first thing is going to be the Saudi PIF. And this is just me telling Zach what's happening. The Saudi PIF are, quote, nearing a deal to take 6% of the ownership stake in the PGA Tour. Bloomberg at Business is reporting as talks have reached advanced stages. Zach, what's your take on this? Because you said You said in the past that it's not going to happen for the next 2 years. Is that still your take?
I still think we're further off than this article would make you think.
Sure.
Like, it makes it sound like, oh, we're like a couple months away. No, it's at least a year away.
Yep. Gotcha. Next topic. Zero tolerance policy is going to be instituted at the Waste Management. Okay. So basically, what they've said is it's zero tolerance policy for unruly behavior at the 2025 event. Fans will be required to acknowledge a code of conduct with their ticket purchase. The move comes after a slew of drunken viral moments occurred last season at the Waste Management. So they can still sprint to the 16th hole, but there are these guardrails on their behavior. Zach, how do you feel about this?
I think, put the bumpers up a little bit from last year. I like the rowdiness, but you got to put the bumpers up. Yeah, last year was a travesty.
It was 100%. We saw the guys peeing and literally passing out on the lawn, peeing on the lawn in between holes. Saw a guy. I think we saw a guy taking a shit. Can't remember if that's true or not. I'm almost 100% sure that
I think you're correct. I also saw a guy asleep at one of the bars in like the actual grandstand.
Yep.
Pissing himself while he was sleeping.
Yeah, and see, this isn't a problem if it's just yelling at Zach Johnson. Everybody agrees Zach Johnson should be yelled at. That's not the issue. And that's probably the reason it's changing. But the reason should have been, hey, we've got a problem here. These guys are acting crazy.
Yeah.
Not just wild, absolutely bonkers. Like it was insane last season. Next thing on the docket, TaylorMade QI35 drivers. This is why I'm sure Zach's had a problem ordering QI10s. This is the new driver to drop. So the QI35 has now hit the USGA conforming list, likely offering the first look at the next generation product from the company. This will obviously come into effect at around the PGA Tour show in January, February. So
I think the release date is right in line with that. It's late January or early February.
How do we feel about the design, Zach? You a fan?
I can tell you what it reminds me of.
What?
It kind of reminds me of the Cobra driver.
Yeah, very much so. Looks exactly like the Cobra. That's what I was thinking, actually.
The driver I currently have in the bag.
It does. Looks exactly identical to it.
Almost identical. Weight placings almost exactly the same.
Absolutely. Totally agree with you. And our last segment is going to be winners and notables. So we got Veerman. Veerman took it in Nedbank Golf Challenge. He was 5 under. Played really hard in South Africa at the Nedbank Golf Challenge. And he beat out Aldrich Potgeier, who shot 4 under. Who finished in tied for third, I think, actually. Super great job by those guys. Mm-hmm. Obviously, Aldrich was somebody that is a notable just because he is was one of the leading amateurs in the world. He won the British amateur. He actually played here. I got to see him play at Golf Club of Georgia whenever he played in our Georgia Cup against the USAM. So great showing.
Who was
by
the
him.
USAM that year?
USAM that year was, I believe, Sargent.
Gordon Sargent.
I believe Gordon Sargent was the AM that year.
He swings so fast. Dude,
he's so good. Notable, he has crazy amounts of side bend though. He's gonna have back problems.
Yeah, I've seen his swing.
He's got to have a good athletic trainer. Yeah, he's gonna have a good athletic trainer because he's gonna have some back problems. So that's why if you look at like Joaquin Niemann, again, sidebar here. If you look at Joaquin Niemann, the reason he doesn't have back problems, if you see that guy train, he knows that he needs to keep his lower back muscles like supporting that spine.
Yeah.
That's why Will Zalatoris, in my opinion, had the issues with the slip disc. He has that same move. So, and then the notable performances, obviously, by JT and Tom Kim at the Hero Challenge. They played really well. Had some amazing shots there, especially the third and final round. But
is JT back?
JT's playing pretty good. Actually, to finish this off, let's take a look at where he's at on what trend he's taking right now. He's on a big upswing. 15 rounds ago, he's less than a stroke above average. 5 rounds ago, he's almost a stroke and a half above average. And then now he's almost 2 strokes above average. I'm
excited to see the decline at the start of the PGA Tour season.
Is that a prediction? Is that a guarantee?
It's not a guarantee.
Is that a Zach Stradamus guarantee?
It's not that didn't come from Zach Stradamus. That's a prediction.
Sure sounds like it.
All right. All
right. Well, that puts us at 1 hour 30 minutes. We're coming up on 10 seconds till 1 hour 30. Thank you guys so much for joining the Beerly Out of Bounds podcast. We're so excited to have you. Please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you enjoy the content, and stay fresh.